In this video, I'm going to handle repeat values in a data set when using with the histogram from PBIVizEdit. The data set I'm going to work with is website visitors data. So for different days of the month or the year, we have different number of visitors visiting that website. There are about 214 observations for this, so when I plot everything into a histogram, I should get a total of 214. So let's go ahead and plot this histogram. I drag in visits to value. One should have given me the histogram. But since Power BI by default summarizes everything, I need to not summarize it. So I click the metric and select Don't Summarize. I get the different counts, and if I do a quick count, 4, 10, 10, 7, 6, that's roughly 37. So 37 is the total number of observations that's currently plotted. If I go back to the data set, we already saw 214 rows in total, but I also see there are 37 distinct values. So the challenge I have right now is the histogram is plotting only the unique values. So I go back and see what's the issue. Wednesday, June 3rd has 38. Thursday, June 4th has also 38. As a result, Power BI is taking this 38 number, and instead of putting 2 observations against it, it's putting just 1. So I need to tell Power BI that these 2 rows are different and unique. So Power BI needs to count it twice and not just for the unique value. So in order to do that, we need to find a unique column or a combination of columns that represent that row in a unique way. In this data set that we are using, I can see month day is unique for each row, so it starts from June 1st, and for every subsequent day there is a visitor count. Going back to histogram, if I add month day under the unsummarized by, so if you can hover on the unsummarized by text, and you will get additional information on what the field is about, month, day, drag it over here, unsummarize, and now I see that the total is changed. So if I do a count or sum, 9, 81, 176, 208, and 214. So that solves our problem. Now there would be some cases where you don't have a unique row. So there is no month or day that can uniquely identify. In that case, the issue can be solved by simply adding an index column. How do I do that? We go here to the query editor, and in here I add a column called index, starting from 1. The default index that is added is a whole number column, and it's going to have the same problem with summarizing. So in order to avoid that, let's change it to a text column. So click on data type, make it text. That cannot be summarized anymore. Go back, close, and apply. So I get a new index field in here. Go back to histogram. We still have that same problem where repeat values are ignored. We want to retain those values. So I go to my index field, unsummarized by index, and you get 95 again. So these are the 2 ways you can fix or handle repeat observations in a data set for the histogram visual. So, anytime you have up as a reminder, anytime you have a problem with histogram, the data is not showing up correctly. Remember those 3 things. 1 is your measure should be unsummarized. So don't summarize in value 1. Number 2, the unique rows. If there are repeat values, need to be identified and put in unsummarized by. And 3, you need to make sure that if the data has more than 5,000 rows, this data set has 214, so we don't have to worry about that. But if it does, then make sure that you click Fetch More Data and increase the row count to whichever row is in your data set. For those 2 other issues, do check the other videos for more detailed explanation on how to fix it.